The Adirans. The Adirans were already at war, conquering the species they regarded as inferior and subjugating them in a primarily religious empire, which was only incidentally a commercial one as well. It was clear to them from the start that their jihad to calm, integrate and instruct these other species and bring them under the direct eye of their god had to continue and expand or be meaningless. A halt or moratorium, while possibly making at least as much sense as hunting kill, almost a work of art. The GCUs, and the Warcraft which gradually replaced them, were created with a combination of enthusiastic flair and machine-oriented practicality. The Adirans had no
fucking wet woman.
Even if the culture craft themselves were never quite a Warcraft which gradually replaced them were created with a combination of enthusiastic flair.
My photographs are very well known, aren't they? Over the length and breadth of England, says Mrs. Andrew Compton, but there's often a lot of difference between a photograph and a
Yeah, you might want to not.
There's a great deal of difference between behind the footlights and out the stage.
Inside the room.
They're not caring a snap of the fingers for him. Where does Joe spend his evenings, Mrs. Bartlett? Yes, sir, usually. That's some odd piece of work in the evening sometimes, and he's trying to learn bookkeeping by correspondence. Ah, really? Sir Henry looked at her smiling, assured face, felt his first pang of doubt.
Yeah, you
A
might.
moment later, Ellis
not
himself
do that,
entered
you
the room.
stupid cow.
He was a tall, broad-shouldered young man. I thought things over. Then I put my bonnet on and went to call on Dr. Lawrence. He was just what I had thought him. A nice old man.
Tilted picnic table outside the homestead. All he could think about was the grievers, what their purpose could be, what they did out there during the night.
There's 1,
what it would be like to be attacked by something so terrible.
3.
He tried to get the image out of his head, move on to something else. The runners. Albie looked at his watch. Better wait till the wake-up tomorrow. Smartest thing you've said in a week. Minho righted himself from leaning on the wall, hit Albie on the arm,
dickhead.
then started walking toward the homestead with a slight limp.
Oh, that was very naughty.
Because you could hear sirens and then
Yeah.
fucking ambulances and shit all came past here and he sort of went, sorry. Yeah, you dick, you know.
It's a bloody week you've been here. You think I wouldn't risk my life in a second for those 2 lugs? No, sorry. I didn't mean... Thomas didn't know what to say. He was just trying to help. Newt's face softened. You don't stuttering run toward the door. Thomas turned to look back into the maze, and dread washed through him. Albie had slipped out of Minho's clutches and fallen to the ground. Thomas watched as Minho tried desperately to get him back on his feet, then, finally giving up, started to drag the boy across the stone floor by the arms. But they were still 100 feet away. The right wall was closing fast. Forward. He squeezed past the connecting rods at the last second and stepped into the maze. The wall slammed shut behind him, the echo of its boom bouncing off the ivy-covered stone like mad laughter. Chapter 17.